How to use the kit. Put your trading cards to ship in the 3-pocket insert. Insert can support 8 cards each. So you take the card, put one here, one here, one here. So I received a message the other day from a viewer, Design Your Cards. He said, hey, did you know that eBay has a new trading card envelope kit? I go, what? So we went back and forth a little bit, but I went out and looked at it. And I appreciate it, Design Your Cards, for letting me know about this. But it's called the eBay has a trading card envelope kit 3-pocket. So it's a trading card envelope kit 3-pocket. And we'll get into a little more details in a second. I'm going to go over the kit, then I'm going to go over the price, and break it down a little bit. Not a long video, but just my review of this. I'm probably not going to use it as much, but I did sell a trading card today, Happy Days, Fonzie, that we're going to put into this thing, and I'm going to ship it out with this, and we'll see how it does. I'm going to go over some of the details that they state in their description, and some things I found with them. Then I got some pros and cons. There's some pros to it, and there's some cons to it. I like the step forward that eBay's doing, trying to look there, but there's some things that I would have done differently. That's just me, but you can put your comments in the comments what you think of it too. Well, and will this work for postcards? That's the question. The way it's designed right now, it won't. It's got 3 pockets. It's built for trading cards, as you'll see. But in the future, are they going to try to do something like this for postcards? Now, the envelope that comes with eBay standard, with this kit, there's 3 pieces to it, and this is the piece I wanted to show at first. There's 3 sections, 3 inserts. This is the insert that you put in. There's a stiffener that comes with it and an envelope that will go through. But you put the cards in each of the pockets so they stay nice and even throughout the number 10 envelope. And that's what this is all about, is to keep them from sliding back and forth, I believe, from their testing. Now let's look at what they say in the details if you look at this. And I'll show you where to get this too. It's in eBay Supplies. So if you have a store, you get a discount coupon every month, every 3 months, every quarter, if you have the level of store where you can get free supplies. You just got to pay sales tax. Out there, they added this to that. And there's a link in the description that I'll put to eBay Supplies. That's where you purchase these along with the other eBay boxes, and a lot of people know what that is. If you're selling a lot of postcards, you probably have a store and you know what that is. But basically their description says trading card envelope kit. Now remember, a kit is the insert, the number 10 envelope, and the piece of cardboard that comes with it. That's the kit, and it's 3-pocket for trading cards, not postcards, trading cards. They put a little blurb here about buying their stuff, get the right envelope and stuff, but right below their little marketing thing there, it says 3-piece kit for trader cards. Should be trading cards, I think. Designed specifically to meet eBay standard envelope requirements. Now the envelope, I measured it. This envelope they sent, it's a number 10 legal envelope. It's about 9.5 inches long and 4 inches high. eBay standard envelope requirements is right here. To use this service, it's important to ensure your envelope meets the below criteria. If it doesn't, the shipment may return to you, or the buyer receive the item with postage due. So if you use the wrong envelope, which this is a pretty big requirement here, you can use a lot of different envelopes. It can't be any smaller than 3.5 inches by 5 inches. No larger than 6.125 inch times 11.5 inches. So we meet that. This is 4 inches by 9.5. Envelope thickness is 1/4 inch and not too rigid. That's what they're talking about. The top loaders are what they're trying to get away from, I think, with this. They did all those tests. They sent everybody, a lot of people randomly got letter from eBay with like a top loader stapled to it or something like that. Those were tests. They were testing eBay standard envelope, I believe. And I think this insert thing came from maybe some of those results. Not for sure, but that's my speculation. Make sure there's no claps or buttons or anything to close the envelope. This should be just lick and stick or peel and stick. Envelope has recipient address parallel. That's the label. And envelope is not enclosed or any plastic and poly bags and stuff like that. So they're saying it meets the requirements. I checked it. This does meet the requirements. The unique design protects cards in 3 pockets for uniform distribution and a protective cardboard insert. The added protection means, as the shipper, you no longer need to ship with a top loader. So they're kind of getting away, they want you to get away from the top loader and use this insert for trading cards. Because top loaders probably get hung up in the machines a little bit. They're a little bit, probably too rigid. I'm not 100% sure since I don't ship that way with top loaders. So they want to reduce the top loaders. It's also environment friendly, recyclable material. That's a big thing, carbon footprint and stuff they do. Then you're saying, well, eBay standard envelope is 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounce. And they're saying that you can put 24 cards in this thing, is what they're stating in some of the requirements. I put 24 trading cards in trading card sleeves, and I weighed the kit and the cards, and it comes approximately 2.5 ounces. So they're under the 3 ounces. So with 24 trading cards, we'll be fine. But they also said the kit includes the following, and I'm going to show you each one of these. So it has a number 10 envelope. So they give you an envelope, and right there it's peel and stick. It has their little brand on there. That's the envelope. Then they have a solid piece of cardboard, cardstock, with their logo on it. So they give you the stiffener to make sure the number 10's got stiffener. It's a little bit heavier. I don't know, it's about postcard stock, 20 pound or something. And they give you a 3-pocket insert that can sport up to 24 trading cards. And it has 3 different pockets. And we're going to talk about that, but this is where you put them in. And a trading card is this size, is what I figured. This is a stock car, NASCAR trading card. This is a postcard. That's the size difference. So these are not designed for postcards right now. The 3 pockets are for trading cards. Now, there is a question I have when you get into requirements, and we're going to get a little bit more into how this works here in a second. When you go out and you look at the category details and restrictions, you can use eBay standard envelope to ship trading cards, currency, coins, postcard stamps, patches, stickers, decals, greeting cards, and seeds now. Some of these categories have shipping recommendations in addition to the envelope requirements above. If you look at trading cards, right, the first there, it says no more than 15 raw cards per package per envelope. But we just saw they say to use the new kit, you can put 24. So are you one requirement to the other? And then you go down, you got coin and paper, then you get down to the postcard requirements. Now these aren't for postcards, but I thought I'd bring it up here. It says no more than 10 stamps or 3 postcards in an envelope. I've shipped out 4 or 5 using eBay standard envelope before. And why do I question this? The shipping protection that eBay standard envelope has. They state here, each eBay standard envelope shipment includes a $20 shipping protection plan on a single order, so each item $20 or less, and up to $50 on the total order. So if I had put 24 cards, trading cards, into this new kit, and it gets lost or damaged, and I go out and put a claim in, do I get paid for 15 cards, or do I get my money for the 24 cards? Now if I put 4 cards in an envelope, an EcoSwift envelope, not this kit, 4 or 5 postcards, it's under 3 ounces, and I use eBay standard envelope, it gets lost or damaged. It states postcards you can only do 3. Do I get paid for the 4 or 5, number 4 and 5 card? That's the discrepancy I have. You always have this type of stuff when new comes out, but this has always been a question for me because I never put a claim in for more than 3 postcards. So I'm not for sure. If anybody's done that, let me know. But so you got one saying the number of cards and one saying the dollars. So what is the requirement? Number of cards or dollar on your claim if you had to file a claim? How to use the kit. They give you some detail in how to use this kit. And it's kind of high level because you want to use common sense. They couldn't put every scenario in here, I think. How to use the kit. Put your trading cards to ship in the 3-pocket insert. Insert can sport 8 cards each. So you take the card, put one here, one here, one here. Now I tried to put 8 cards into the thing. It is really tight to get 8 cards, and and I still put a sleeve on my trading cards. I would never put cards against cards. I don't know what the baseball card or sports card people do, but I don't think they just put the card against another card. It was really tight to get 24 cards in here. It was almost to a point where I couldn't put 8 in there with sleeves. And it was difficult, more difficult. They're really tight with that. But if you put 3, they slide pretty easy around. Now, one of the things I think they probably found when they're testing, or people are having problems with, is when you put a trading card just in an envelope like this, things tend to slide around on there because it's got a little bit thing. So one time it'll be this way to the machine, this way. So they kind of move around is probably what they are trying more than anything. Get rid of the top loaders and make sure they're evenly distributed so they go to the machines. But they say when shipping 1 to 5 cards, you want to use the center pocket only. So if you're doing 1 to 5 cards, just put them in the center pocket. So it's right in the center, it doesn't move around. When shipping 6 to 10, use the center pocket in either one of the side pockets in equal amounts. Me, I would probably spread them nice and even, but they're just stating this. 6 to 10 cards, use these two. And if you're going to put 11 to 24 cards, use all 3 pockets. And 8, 8, 8 is what they're saying to do. You want to take, once you get this put in there, if you use sleeves or whatever, you put them in there, and they're nice and, I'll get this right. So they're in the inserts. There's 3 cards right across this insert. Then you would take and you would put it in the envelope, and then you would take and put the cardboard cardstock that they give you into the envelope to make it nice and stiff, and you got a nice envelope that's got some rigidity, not too rigid, but it's better than what it was. And then people ask, hey, does the thermal printer still work? This 6x4 label will still work on a number 10 envelope, so you can still use the eBay standard envelope labels right across on that envelope. So that's how you use this thing. But I tell you, 24 cards was tough to get into this envelope. Now let's pack up this Happy Days card. I got a little kit here. Let me get it organized. Alright, so I sold this card. I have it in a sleeve. It's 63117 is what's sold. It's Fonzie from Happy Days. So I'm going to take it out. This is how I store it in my inventory. So I take it out. It's just a little trading card on there. And then I put it into, then I put it on a nice little sleeve on the card. Then you take your insert, your 3 pocket, and it says to put it in the middle slot right there. You take your stiffener, your cardboard they give you, and you'll see all this in the big box I got. You put that in there. And then you put it into the envelope, and then you would seal it, and everything's nice and neat right in there. And then you would take and put your label, eBay standard envelope, on there. I'm going to mail this today using this, and we're going to see what the responses are from the customer. If anything comes in good or bad, I'll let you know. But I don't sell that many trading cards and stuff, and we'll get into if I'm going to use this in the future. But that's what I'm going to do today with this one, if I remember it's still there. But that's my chance to use it, and I'll use them as long as I got some, because I bought them for curiosity. So what do you think so far? It's not for postcards, but are they moving to something maybe for postcards in the future? And would this be something you use? Well, the biggest thing is, how much do these things cost? Well, once Design Your Cards told me about this, I went out and looked at it. I already used my coupon for the quarter, and I didn't want to wait until the end of the month. I wanted to see more about them. My curiosity was up. So I went out and bought a case of these. It comes from the eBay shipping place, just as you get your boxes. And this is what's inside. Let's make sure I don't dump it. It's like those Pizza Hut pizza meals. You know, you get the breadsticks in one section, you get the sauce in another, the pizza in another, the chicken in another. That's kind of what I thought this is. But here, they give you the number 10 envelopes, 100 of them. They give you 100 inserts in the middle, and then they give you the 100 stiffeners, all in a box, so they're nice and even, so you can leave them right in the box, and when you sell a trading card, you just grab an envelope, an insert, and a stiffener. That's how it came, just like that, in a box, nice and neat. It was kind of cool to see that they are probably hand packing this thing. You can only buy a box of 100. It's probably because the way they're sorted. There's no other option. You have to get a box of 100 kits. 100 envelopes, 100 inserts, 100 stiffeners. Cost right now is, as of this video, is $41.33. Now you got to pay tax, sales tax, when you buy stuff from there. So my total cost came up to be $44.33 with sales tax. If you take $44.33 and divide it by 100, that's how many's in the box. That's 44 cents each. It's kind of pricey to send that Fonzie card out in a 44-cent envelope when I can use these Echo Swifts. When I buy them by the 1,000, I get them for 14 cents. I can use 3 of these per one of these kits. And I'm not a fan of the number 10 paper envelope anyway, as this has a little bit, it's not waterproof, but it has a little bit of water resistance on there. It's got its own stiffener. I just put it right in there, never have a problem. These are still my favorite envelope. So there's a cost factor for me. Now, if I was putting $10 trading cards, sports cards, into one envelope, that would probably change the cost factor. So maybe the sports guys can put 10, 12 cards in this thing and ship it out, you know, for $1 something, eBay standard envelope. But for postcards in the future, if they did something like this, it would not be cost worthy for me. So it's 44 cents. So I'm sending Fonzie out here, instead of 14 cents my cost for an envelope, I'm sending it for 44 cents. So it keeps chipping away at that piece of wood until there's nothing left. But I think for multiple purchases of cards, trading cards, and you do a lot of that, I think there's a cost breakdown that would bring this down to a level, if you like something like this. Now, if some people want to say, well, I want to see this, but I don't want to buy $45 worth of things I might never use, because I'm a postcard seller, but I'd like to see this. Well, what I did is I stuck it in the Ko-Fi store. And here's the little thing here. You can go out there and get one. I put $2.50 on it because I paid 44 cents for the kit, and then I got to mail it to you, which is going to be 2 ounces on there, so that's $1 something, $1.22 or whatever it's going to cost. And there's a little Ko-Fi for the store and PayPal fees. So I put $2.50. So if you want to see one of these without paying $50 for a whole case of them, just go out to the Ko-Fi store and I'll just stick it in. It's basically at my cost. And I'll stick it in an envelope with a stamp and a label and I'll send it to you. And you can take a look at one of these kits for yourself without using your whole coupon for that. So I put 50 out there. I got a box of 100. The first 50 people want it out there. But you can use your coupon every quarter to get these envelopes for free as well. I use my coupon for other little boxes I use and stuff. But I purchased this one directly, just my curiosity. So that's the cost breakdown. What do you think so far, if they did something like this for postcards? Now for trading cards, I'd like to hear that from the sports guys. I don't do that. So what do they think of this? Is it a step forward? Do you think they're forward thinking? Do you think this is going to work for you? But I got some pros and cons here that I'll go through. Biggest pro of all, it's another option for trade card sellers. So they're providing options. They're thinking, they're innovating, they're trying something different instead of just blaming things and stuff like that. So it's another option provided for people that maybe like something like this. By not using a top loader reduces cost if the seller feels comfortable shipping that way. Some sellers are very particular about how they sell things. Some cards you need to put top loaders. So I like that they're trying to reduce that because of the machines and the stiffness and cost for sellers. So I think they're thinking in the right direction, but I don't ship in top loaders in envelopes, so I don't know. Let me know what you think. Another pro is I think this will work if you sell multiple cards for a user. So say you got sports cards and you're selling for $1, $2 each, and someone buys 10 cards. Put them in the things like that with a sleeve or without a sleeve. Do you send sports cards in sleeves, or do you just put them in an envelope together, card per card, or do you put sleeve on it so it's sleeve per sleeve? Let me know. Would this work for like 10 cards, 5 cards. That's where the cost would break down more. If they did this for postcards, they'd have to come, the cost would be nothing I would want to do. But then I got 5 cons. And remember, I'm a postcard guy, not a full trading card guy. Number 1 is cost, 44 cents each. These are 14 cents each. And I can put 4 or 5 cards in this thing. Will I get my insurance back? Don't know. We'll find out. You cannot put 24 postcard or trade cards in this thing with sleeves real easy. It's pretty tight with the trade cards. I ripped one of the inserts trying to do it. Without the card, I don't want to put card on card. I want to put a sleeve on them. So it was pretty tight to get 24 cards in there. The dimensions are really tight. The cost, if it's just a single card, like I'm selling Fonzie and I'm putting it in there, sending it out, that's a pretty higher cost than 14 cents. It's 44 cents. Still, it's the multiple cards, I think, is where it would win out. Right now, it does not work for postcards, the inserts. It's built for trade card size. It's built for these size cards. So it's not designed for postcards. And some people say, well, I can go in and cut the inserts. That's just more time, cost, and stuff. It's just not designed for postcards yet. But I think they might do something. This came out of the blue. And again, thank Design Your Cards for letting me know about it. And we'll see. Another con would be it would have added a couple more steps for me. Putting a stiffener in, putting an insert, putting the 3 things in there. Where this, I just put the postcard or the card right in here, seal it, stamp it, label, I'm done. So it does add a few more steps. Is it a killer thing? No, but it is a con for me. I like to keep steps down. But it wouldn't stop me if the price was right and it was good. I'm not a real big fan of paper envelopes. I just never have been. I've gotten some postcards just in a number 10 envelope with an index card. You know, I paid pretty good price for it and that's all they did. It was card on card sometimes. I just don't think a paper envelope is what I want to do. Some people use them and they do fine. To me, everybody has their own opinions and stuff. I'm not saying what people do with the number 10 envelopes is wrong. I just have everybody has a different presentation, what they want to do. And me, I like these Echo Swifts. I'm kind of sold on these things. These photo mailers. That's one of the things I've probably stuck on. But do whatever you do, if it works for you. And some people put chipboards in there and stuff like that. They're really particular about stuff. Run your business the way you want to run it. In the future, not sure if they come out with a postcard kit will be cost effective. I think they did this because of the shifting of the cards to the envelope. It stops them from shifting around in the envelope. I think that maybe is one of the reasons they did the insert. Maybe it's some other company out there other than eBay has done this, and this was a product that they brought on. Has this been out there in a trade card thing? Have you seen these types of pocket envelopes? I'm not aware of any. I'm not in that market as much. But for the sports card, trading cards, have you seen these pocket type envelopes before? Still, they need to come up with a photo type mailer, this water resistant kind of thing, laminated a little bit thing. I think they could have done something with that, but they want to be eco-friendly. I think that as well. They need to update their eBay insurance requirements. Clear that up for me. Am I missing something there? Is it the number of cards or the dollars if I put a claim in? Not that I'll ever put a claim in for 5 cards. I haven't done it yet. I don't put that many claims in, but what if I did? It's just clarity is what I'm looking for. Me, I'm going to continue to use, even if they came out with a postcard one, I'm going to continue to use the Echo Swifts. 1 is cost, 2, size. It's very simple. They're not going to bend any of these. You get them in any mailbox or slot, and they just work very well for me. Number 10s, yeah, you can get them cheap and stuff like that, but it's just not my thing. But I do like eBay's trying to introduce new things into the postcard or the trading card world, different options. I think that's a great step forward. I think that's what they need to continue to do, is every year come out with new stuff for sellers to reduce their cost or make it easier. And I think they're thinking in the right direction here. It's not something I would use, but if I was selling 10 cards to one buyer all the time, it might be cost effective on there. But selling 1 card, it'd be a difficult sell for me. But again, if you want to just get one to take a look at it, what I explained here, just go to the Ko-Fi store for $2.50, free shipping. I'll ship it out to you. It's basically at my cost or a little less, and I'll let you do it. So you don't have to pay $50, and I get rid of these 100 kits that I bought that I'll probably never use. So it's interesting to see. So what do you think? After just this real quick review, what do you think about this thing? Put it in the comments, pros or cons. You think it'll work? Have you used something like this? Cost effective or whatever? I'd like to hear different things. But that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Here's some more fish for you to watch. Bye.